we're going to be taking a look at a Teen Vogue article. And Teen Vogue, we took a look at another article that was a little more recent, a couple days ago, about introducing anal sex to young teenagers. This one breaks down explaining consent to toddlers. We'll go ahead and take a look at this. This is from May 16th. And they're talking about the YouTube channel Queer Kid Stuff, which is this image right here. That's all you need to know. Just look at this face, and that's the face you see in your nightmares. The easiest example is sharing, Lindsay says. When someone asks you to share your toy with them, you can always say yes or no. When you're playing with someone, you should share your toys because it's the nice thing to do, but you always have the choice to give it or not to give consent. Exactly. Of course, this video is for children, so it's important to note that when it comes to sex, you do not ever have to always consent because it's the nice thing to do. It's always solely up to you whether or not anyone thinks you should have sex with them. But at its core, Lindsay is right. Sharing toys honestly sums up consent. The most important thing to remember about consent is that you should always respect when someone says no, Lindsay says. That is their choice to make, not yours. Another example, when someone asks to hug you, Lindsay points out that you never have to hug someone. You can always say yes or no. And as always, Lindsay sends out an important reminder that yes means yes, and basically anything else means no. Any answer that isn't the word yes also means no, she says. So there you have it. Consent really is that simple. Yeah, okay. So, and it has a link to her video, and I'll leave a link to this article if you want to read it for yourself. It's fairly short. That's why I didn't read through it, but we got to the meat of the article here. And it seems innocuous, right? It seems kind of harmless. For the most part, I would think so. But when you see this pattern emerging of constantly trying to slowly feed children this idea of sexuality, which also robs them of the innocence of childhood. I understand some of you might go, well, I was really hypersexualized as a child. Not the average kid was, though. And what, on a subtle basis, this article does, but especially the one we looked at a few days ago featuring the anal sex how-to guide that Teen Vogue had, it introduces kids to something they're not necessarily ready for. And because children are in such a hurry to grow up, they're going to take these things and run with it. You don't exactly need people like destroying their rectum before they're age 20. But besides that, this article, like I said, seems a bit harmless. But when you see all of the other things surrounding it, it feels like they're trying to train a dog to do something. Feeding it a little bit of meat at a time, a little bit here and there. And then look at Disney. Anything that's on a children's network like Nickelodeon, anything owned by Viacom, Comedy Central, it's all a bunch of over-sexualized nonsense. Hell, did you notice that all of the people growing up, like take a look at Justin Bieber, take a look at Miley Cyrus, all these people grow up and become these over-sexualized figures. It's funny, Miley Cyrus actually came out recently and complained about being sexualized. Well, as far as I know, she sexualized herself for clicks and then came back and complained about it. But, yeah. Fuck. It just drives me nuts. This idea of, oh no, it's not strange to try to explain to your 2-year-old that they can identify as a fucking horse if they want to. No, it is. At a certain point, we have to decide this is normal and this is what's acceptable to be out of the norm. And I'm not saying we should, get a freaking mob together with pitchforks and torches, but at a certain point, enough is enough. I think that's why a lot of people have been trying to push it as far as they have. You have Lauren Southern becoming a man, right? And then you have that one kid who dressed up as a penguin and said that he identified as a penguin, and the school would be encroaching on his rights if they made him take it off. You have situations like that because people are pushing what's acceptable to the limits in order to find out what those clear barriers are. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, I'll leave a link to the article in the description below, and I apologize if I got a bit scatterbrained because I did this video all in one take with no notes, no bullet points, and I just rambled, and I'm about to go pass out, so I'm probably even a little more scatterbrained than I would normally be. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all later.